Welcome, this is Utkarsh Ahuja with Derek Liu, co-founder and chief technical officer of Gaia Online, brought to you by TiEcon Live. Welcome, this is Utkarsh Ahuja. I am delighted to be here with Derek Liu, the chief technical officer and founder of Gaia Online. Welcome, Derek.
Great to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here.
Thank you.
So Derek actually was just involved in a panel on the social networking space, and of course, a personality as yourself, definitely have great things to share. And what were some of your thoughts from the panel, keynote panel you were just involved in?
Well, I think from panel, I noticed that there's definitely a lot of focus on the growth of the social network. Not just within America, but also globally. And there is definitely a lot of concerns and doubts on whether or not social network is just a current trend or a fad that's going to go away.
Right.
And I'd like to stress that the social network, much like the internet itself, is just on the infancy stage. That there is definitely much more in terms of innovation and potential to come.
Yeah, and I've actually been hearing that a lot in terms of just talks around the infancy stage of social networking, almost like the infancy stage of the internet itself when it first started out. And we have a long ways to go. What are some of the areas where you feel that social networking could evolve into?
So yeah, today social network is mostly a communications channel. You get on and you keep in touch with your friends, and through applications, there are slowly more and more use cases where you get on social network to have fun, to be entertained, to share media. But very soon, I believe that it will evolve much more towards being the platform to provide more and more interactivity to the level where you can not only express yourself in a much more creative way than posting your picture online, to being able to engage in virtual space, virtual world is another example, and outside of the common gaming aspects, I think there are a lot more in terms of interactivity that will be introduced to this social networking world.
And yeah, and especially aspiring towards the integration within businesses and education and various types of organizations and so forth, which we're already beginning to see we're starting to see the beginnings of, but I know there's a long way to go in terms of the evolution of that.
Yeah, and I'd just like to think of social network not as the portal of the 90s, but as really like an interactive platform where when you get on, it's not a place to get on to another service, but this is the place where you actually, where your activity revolves around.
If you can share with us a little bit about your journey thus far, how you got to the point of being a co-founder of Gaia Online, which has blown up, and what took you to that point, and what inspired you to actually go forth and move forward with Gaia? Sure.
I think for quite a while now, my interest had always been on networking. And so the whole idea of setting up your own server, setting up your own internet service has been something that I've been doing on the side for fun and as a hobby. And then there comes this one time when me and a couple of closest friends of mine decided that there is this void of internet services that cater towards teenagers specifically, and that's when we start asking ourselves, what do teens want? What are activities or games that would be really meaningful to teenagers, not just for the sake of killing time, but for the sake of being a platform or a service for you to make new friends or build real relationships online.
Sure. And it's very interesting to note that one of the largest market segments within social media right now are the teenagers, and 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 a lot of the big players within social media and the founders are also tend to be Generation Y or younger folks like yourself.
Absolutely.
And what are your thoughts on how a potentially younger generation is now coming out within society and business and helping shape the future?
Absolutely. I think the internet is in such an infancy stage that just within the next 5 years alone, the whole landscape would change so much. Not because of not because of innovation alone, but just from the cultural changes of the kids and teenagers that are growing up.
Sure.
They're going to find brand new ways of using the internet or using the platform that we have never dreamed and thought of today.
Right, and it's basically they will become the innovators, which will lead the businesses to evolve themselves. That's great. So in closing, we'd like for you to share with our viewers, what are some of the things that excite you, motivate you, make you tick, and really make you just want to go ahead and grab the bull by its horn, so to speak?
I think it's all about being able to touch the lives of every single user that get on our site, use our service. It's one thing to build a product and knowing that you've built an excellent product. It's another feeling when the consumer or the customer actually write to you individually, thanking you for building something that is meaningful to them or that literally changed their lives. And at that point, you know that you're on to building something great.
That's great. That's wonderful. You couldn't have asked for anything better, huh?
Definitely.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you being here. This has been Utkarsh Ahuja with Derek Liu from TiEcon Live. Thank you.